Hello and welcome to Friendship Bracelets. This is a fun monthly make and take where we learn how to make cool friendship bracelet stitches together, right in time for summer. Last month we learned how to make the roller coaster stitch, which is a cool round stitch with kind of a spiral going around the sides. If you haven't seen that one yet, it might be helpful to check it out on our YouTube channel. It does provide a lot of those basics that we're going to be using in this video. This month we're going to turn that same basic and make it into stripes. We're going to learn how to make stripes today. So, in your kit, which is available on a first come, first served basis at the Winnetka Library, you'll find 3 different colors of embroidery floss. You can do it with more than 3, but we're going to start with 3 just to kind of get the hang of things. I'm going to be using this combination of orange, gray, and green to demonstrate today. From home, so not in your kit, you'll also need a pair of scissors and something to secure your work. I like to use tape and tape it to my workspace. You can also use a clipboard. You could pin it to your shoelace or tie it on, whatever works for you. So the first thing you want to do is cut a length of yarn or embroidery floss. It should wrap around your wrist at least 2.5, 3 times, maybe even a little bit more than that, depending on your wrist size, so that you know that as we kind of stitch it and make it shorter and shorter, it will still fit your wrist. So I've got this, it fits my wrist 3 times. I measured it earlier, and I've tied a nice little knot at the top here. It's a nice double knot, and I've left a little bit of a tail. Now I'm going to move my scissors out of the way here, and I'm going to tape it to my workspace. If you are taping it like I am, make sure that you tape it, and I'll show you exactly how to do this, just above the knot so that you leave all of the actual usable thread here completely visible. If you tape it below your knot, you're going to have a bunch of like a chunk of untied thread before you actually start your bracelet, which is a style choice, and if you want that, go for it. I like to have my stitch start right where the knot is, so I taped right above it, made sure it's nice and secure. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our stitches. Let's separate this into 3 different strands. We've got our gray strand, so this is thread 1. We've got our green strand, which is thread 2, and our orange strand, which is thread 3. Any 3 colors will work for this. I'm going to use these as my demos, so make sure that you've got 3 distinct colors. We're going to use the same basic stitch that we used to make our roller coaster. So that involved creating a 4, so bending the first one over the second one, putting the second through the first, and pulling up. We did that over all of our other strings when we made our roller coaster stitch and kind of wound it around. We're only going to do it 2 times per thread, and we're going to do it on all the individual threads. So we just did that stitch once on green. We're going to do it 1 more time on green. So we've got 2 stitches of this gray thread 1 on thread 2. We're going to toss thread 2 aside. We do not need it again for the rest of the stripe. We're going to move on to thread 3, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to make that 4 shape, bring the second thread, or in this case the third thread, through, and pull straight up. Do that 1 more time to complete the stitch. And voila. So we've gotten this first thread across all of our threads that are not the kind of the primary color right now. That's a whole stripe. So if you're using more than 3 colors, you'll keep going until they're all covered. In this case, we only had 2. So now we've got a new order here. So green is our new thread 1, orange is our new thread 2, and gray is our new thread 3. And we're gonna do it all over again. So we're gonna fold green over orange, pull orange through, tighten, and repeat once more. We don't need orange anymore. Go ahead and move on to gray, make the 4, pull it through, tighten up. Make the 4, pull it through, tighten up. And now you're starting to see another stripe here. We had gray and now we have green. Now this will be the easiest one to see. We're gonna do it all again with this neon orange. Make the 4, there we go, pull it through, tighten up. So you can make the 4 on the table the way that I have been, or the other way I've been doing it is using my finger to kind of create like a loop like this. So long as thread 1 is the one that's on top when you do that. So my finger is here, but thread 1 is kind of on top. That'll still work. We'll do that 1 more time. That's 2 on that one. 2 more here. 1, 2. So that's a full set of 3 stripes, 1 in each color. So now we're back to our original order where gray is thread 1, green is thread 2, and orange is thread 3. Again, if you're doing more than 3 different colors of stripe, just keep going till you've done them all, and then you'll repeat again and again until you end up with this kind of long striped string. If you're doing it left-handed, or maybe you kind of prefer doing stitches differently or are kind of putting different ones on top or on bottom, yours might come out like this, and that's absolutely fine. That's another cool way you can kind of see exactly where the stitches have gone. If you flip it over, it should look something like this. So if you like this look, just try looking on bottom. You might actually have it under there. So we'll do one more demo set of stripes just to help out here. So we've got our 4, we pull through, tighten, 4, pull through, tighten, switch to the next thread, 4, pull through, tighten, 4, pull through, tighten. You'll see another technique I sometimes use is that I actually hold all of my strings taut, even if I've already used them. That can sometimes help you get a nice, clean, tight stripe up here. If it's too much for you to hold that much in your hand, that's absolutely fine. It'll still work if you just work with one at a time. So let's do that way as well. So here's one at a time. Toss it aside, we don't need it. And the stripe comes out looking just as good. And now we'll do one more orange stripe here. 4, pull through, tighten. 4, pull through, tighten, 4, pull through, tighten. I do that really fast, so if you need to slow down, rewind, rewatch a couple of times to get the hang of it, totally normal. Take as much time as you need to make sure that you've got your stripes down pat. You'll kind of see they might start looser up here, and the more you practice you get as you move down your bracelet, they'll get tighter and tighter and smaller and smaller. That's totally normal for your first bracelet. You should be proud that you're learning and proud of your work. So that's how to do a basic stripe friendship bracelet stitch. Next month, we're gonna take this same stripe stitch and build on it even more to create a really cool new design. I hope to see you next month. I hope you enjoy your kit. If you didn't get a kit, please do try this at home with embroidery floss you've got hanging around. It's also available for probably about 50 cents for a big chunk of one color at any craft store in the area. So enjoy, have fun making friendship bracelets, and I'll see you next month.